The decade of the 1980s was a time of great global economic and political reform, drastic cultural advancement, and a generous increase in positive international diplomatic relations.
When the 40th President of the United States, President Ronald Reagan, took office on January 20th, 1981, he began implementing his economic strategy widely known as Reaganomics.
Ronald Reagan's economic plan was to reduce government spending and taxes in order to stimulate the economy. His theory was that the profits outturned by this economy would trickle down into all citizens, thus improving the standard of living for everybody.
As economic liberation increased in the developing world as a result of a severe global economic recession in the early part of the century, multinational industries were able to thrive again, thus intertwining many nations economically. Ronald Reagan put a lot of focus on ending the economically and culturally straining Cold War.
Now the Soviets themselves may, in a limited way, be coming to understand the importance of freedom. We hear much from Moscow and about the new policy of reform and openness. Some political prisoners have been released. Certain foreign news broadcasts are no longer being jammed. Some economic enterprises have been permitted to operate with greater freedom and more state control. Are these the beginnings of profound changes in the Soviet state, or are they token gestures intended to raise false hopes in the West, or to strengthen the Soviet system without changing it? We welcome change and openness, for we believe that freedom and security go together, that the advance of human liberty can only strengthen the cause of world peace. There is one sign the Soviets can make that would be unmistakable. They would advance dramatically in the cause of freedom and peace. Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come to this gate, Mr. Gorbachev. Open this gate. Tear down this wall. Chris Merks, and I'm here with 80s expert John Vitz to talk about how foreign policy in the 1980s made it such an important decade for the United States.
Reagan's strategy of ending the Cold War required massive military spending on projects like Strategic Defense Initiative to push the Soviet Union into a costly arms race that would prove to topple their already shaken economic system. Soviet General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev implemented the policies such as Glasnost and Perestroika, which lessened censorship and decreased regulation of trade. The end of the Cold War created a sense of peace and relaxation of tension that had been lost for many years.
Tell me, John, how is the culture of the 1980s so important to the United States in general, and why did it make the 1980s truly the best cultural era?
A prosperous economy and heightened advancement of technology drastically influenced the culture of the 1980s. The creation and progression of things like MTV, video games, movie quality, VCR, electronic music, and internet advancement all helped to create and spread and maintain the pop culture of the 1980s.
Alright. No.
So what's special about 80s culture? What made it so different?
80s culture. I'm living it right now. I'm living it. It's great. Oh, man. What can I tell you about the 80s? Who's this for? Who's this for again?
This is for our documentary.
Documentary. Alright, that's alright. 80s, right? Oh. Great. Punk rock, man. That's where it's at, alright? Like, punk rock. Like, Black Flag and Bad Brains, you know, just rocking out. Like, they're playing, there's this energy, you know, this energy, and everyone's screaming and punching, and I'm flying around. I'm flying, man. I'm flying around. It's awesome, and it's something else. You gotta go. You gotta go to one of those concerts, really. And you just, in the midst of all that teen angst, you just find yourself. You know, you really find yourself. I'm a different person. I found out who I am. I'm a punk rocker, living in the 80s.
There besides punk, you know, what else is in the culture of the 80s?
Besides punk, there's Michael Jackson. He actually sold one of the highest selling albums ever, right? In '82. Kid's got talent. I think he's a little weird, but he'll go places. He'll inspire people. He's pretty great. But I listen to his music. I like his music a lot. It's awesome. Who's that one guy? That catchy song. By Boy George. Do you know it?
Karma Chameleon.
Karma Chameleon. That is catchy. Like, forget Michael Jackson. If I've ever heard a catchy song, it's Karma Chameleon by Boy George.
What do you think about MTV, you know, that new channel?
MTV. Alright, music television. That's, I feel like it would, spread, like, music awareness. Hopefully MTV won't, like, steer anywhere to bad music. I'm confident that MTV will just have a musical revolution, but it can change our society into a bunch of dumbasses if we listen to like some really bad music. You know, they could just totally turn one way or the other, and I think they're going in a positive direction right now.
What do you think about movies coming out right now, such as E.T. and The Breakfast Club? Do you like those movies?
I've honestly never seen any of those movies, but E.T. sounds pretty chill. What's that about?
Extraterrestrial alien.
An alien, really? Yeah, I saw a preview actually. He's what is he? He's like he befriends like a boy and like fly or something.
Do you have cable in your house?
I do not. No, I entertain myself by going to concerts and whatnot, just getting crazy. Oh,
Cable's really popular right now. What do you think of that?
cable? Yeah, it's chill. It's I mean, at least it's color, right? I mean, once in a while, like me and my boys will go around if we're bored from riding around town. Maybe a little. We'll go in and have a little TV party. It's pretty chill. Yeah.